Should be picking it. It's a little more elevator shaft. Oh, this is the replay from before. Yeah. So let's get rid of this. No, switch keys. Yo, can't come in here like a banshee.
Hit the door. Number 22.
Go ahead. Maybe you want to try it. Yeah. Back over here for a hot second. Try it.
We're at the top of the fourth inning here at Showers Field with Aaron Park newly entered on the mound, following a walk and a good play up the middle by Jeff Whaler. We have a single through the left side gap for runners on first and second with one out.
Getting a little cold outside.
Sorry for the technical difficulties as well for the first couple innings there. We now have things figured out. Adam Schaefer, the starter, and added a couple strikeouts as well. Aaron Park from Brookville, Pennsylvania, now on the mound for the Bucks as they have a base runner picked off, and Dan Stauffer overthrows the third baseman's head. And the first run is going to come in to score on a throwing error by the catcher, Dan Stauffer. Base runner is also going to move to second. We're going to have a runner on second with one out. With Jake McNabb at the plate with a 2-1 count. McNabb did have a single in his first time up to bat in the second inning. Park just graduated high school, going to NJIT to play his college ball. Comes set with a 2-1. Fastball, ground ball to third base. Play made by the third baseman, Derek Knapp. Turn over to first Isaac Stouffer for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up number 29, Nate Stutz. Stutz in his first plate appearance in the second inning drew a walk off of Bucks starter Adam Schaefer. The 0 pitch is an 84-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside half of the plate, called for a strike, 0-1. The Bluesox do score first here in the inaugural game for the DuBois Bucks in the Tri-State League. We will go 9 innings tonight, as this is a single game. As that curveball doesn't quite find its way back to the plate and is a little bit low to go back to a 1-1 count. That fastball just up above the letters for a called ball, 2-1. Park does throw pretty hard. He will sit here in the mid-80s. Will touch up to 87, 88 miles an hour. Tonight is sitting at 84, 85. But this is the first time back on the mound for him in a couple months. We have a 3-1 count now. 2 Stutz, as he is looking to drive in that run from second base for the second run of the ball game. Good Good fastball there by Park to get the count back to full here on the catcher, Nate Stutz. Park works out of a little bit of a jam there, giving up just one run on the 85-mile-an-hour fastball. There at the letters. We are now going to go into the bottom of the fourth inning with the DuBois Bucks down 1-0.
Who's ready to get busy?
Real quick, DuBois Airport is the easiest and most convenient way to travel. Southern Airways offers 6 flights a day to Pittsburgh and or Baltimore for as low as $39 one way. Log on to DuBoisAirport.com for booking info right now. Also, for more live updates on the DuBois Bucks, be sure to follow us on Twitter at DuBois Bucks and on Facebook.com/DuBois Bucks Baseball.
Three, 2, 1, go. Congratulations, Kendall. You're doing it.
Coming back for the bottom half of the fourth inning with the Bucks down 1-0. Starting pitcher Jacob Boyd from Tiffin University for the Butler Bluesox still on the mound with nobody in the pen quite as of yet. We'll see how far he goes. His pitch count shouldn't be too high, but the designated hitter for the DuBois Bucks, Danny Mannion, will lead off here and there, home half of the fourth inning. A pitch finds its way across the plate in the outside half for strike one to Danny Mannion. And just as I say that, we do have a pitcher warming up in the Butler Bluesox, bullpen number 3, Sean Furlong. That pitch goes for a called ball in the outside half. 1-2 count to Danny Mannion. That off-speed pitch is fouled away and fought off by Danny Mannion right up over our heads here at beautiful Showersfield. 2-2 count. Mannion looking to work his way on board here off of Bluesox starting pitcher Jacob Boyd. And that he does. He does line a shot right up over the shortstop's head. The left fielder did have a bit of a shift played, just the slightest, that makes him cut that ball off before it goes to the 366 gap. And Mannion took a huge lead around first base there and thought about stretching out the 2 and could not be handled by the middle infielder, so he gets back to first safely. As the Bluesox are going to now have a meeting on the mound here a little bit and bring the entire infield in, probably just a little bit of time for that reliever in the pen to get loose. Maybe give their starting pitcher, Jacob Boyd, one more batter where they might just give him enough time to pull him out right now. But that is look what they're going to do, as the Bluesox coach will take a slow stroll off the field, and he is motioning to his pitcher in the bullpen to rev it up quick. So you would think any more trouble that Jacob Boyd gets in, he's going to be coming out of this game. But Danny Manning with a hit over the shortstop's head to reach base here is going to bring up the 5-hitter, Dan Stauffer, who takes a fastball on the inside half for a strike. Boyd, I'm not going to ever say going to get tired, but is now sitting about 75, 76 miles an hour with that fastball after he started the game at 80, 81. As a slider misses outside. 1-1 count here. Garrett Brown in the first base coaching box, schooling up Danny Manning on how to take a lead against the lefty. Another slider misses outside for 2-1 as Dan Stauffer is now in a fastball count here. See what Jacob Boyd does. Here's fastball and rubs that one up to 78 miles an hour, but misses on the inside part. 3-1 to Stauffer. As Boyd throws a pickoff move over to first base and short hops his first baseman, who makes a nice play to stop the ball from going out of play there. Bluesox are playing a little bit of a shift in the outfield. Left and center fielders are moved to the right a little bit. And Dan Stauffer works his second walk of the game to make it first and second. To bring up the 6-hole hitter for the DuBois Bucks, the second baseman, Anthony Rago. Rago probably going to look to do a job here. Only down 1-0 with a lot of ball game left. Probably going to look to move these runners up to second and third with only one out. Jacob Boyd not liking the signs. Going to step off and ask to reset. So he does square to bunt, and we'll pop that one up on top of the roof above us. Oh, and 1 to Rago. We'll see if head coach Dan Bowman keeps the bunt on here for him. His first and third baseman's moved in, playing the bunt. Jacob Boyd comes set. The bunt is still on, and he fouls that one off the first base side of the field. Now 0-2, and Coach Dan Bowman will probably take the bunt off here and let him swing away with 2 strikes. As a hitter still being able to do a job here, potentially able to get it to the right side of the field or in the air somewhere in the grass to at least get that runner at second up to third base here with less than 2 outs. As Boyd throws a really good curveball there down and in on 0-2 that gets Rago to swing right over it for the first out. So we now have first and second.
Number 13, Eli Glass.
And that will bring in number 13, Eli Glass. Good matchup here for Boyd, getting to come in and see another lefty now in the DuBois lineup. If I had to guess, maybe his last batter here either way. If not, now him being 1 pitch away from ending the inning. Fastball misses on the outside there, 1-0. Glass in his last at bat hit it into a fielder's choice up the middle. The shortstop made a great flip there to get the fielder's choice and 1 out up the middle. At an off-speed pitch from Boyd. Misses inside. Boyd came set and waited a long time there, throwing off the hitter's timing as well as not letting the runners get a jump on as well there. So that ball is fouled off the brick and the backstop here at Showers Field. 2-1 count to Eli Glass. Eli Glass's teammate actually was the one warming up in the bullpen, Furlong, also from IUP. Pitches an off-speed pitch that is rolled over by Eli Glass that does a job there. Will move up both runners. Now we have Manning on third, Stauffer on second. That will go as a 3 unassisted there.
Second and third, and 2 outs. Coming to the plate.
Heidich makes a good play there at first base to record that out. Now Derek Knapp, that'll bring up the third baseman here for the Bucks. See if he can drive in at least one of these runs, if not 2, and give the Bucks a lead here in the 4th inning. As that fastball misses in, head coach Dan Helgert for the Butler Bluesox is going to let his starter go at least the 4th inning here. Pitch count probably getting up there at least a little bit into the 60s for a first appearance out. Not bad. 2-0 there is a off-speed pitch. Misses down. Boyd comes set. 2-0 pitch is a fastball in. 3-0. And we'll see if the take sign is on here for Derek Knapp, or if he's given the green light here on a probable good pitch here by Boyd. He does take that one for a called strike. 3-1. Still a good hitter's count here for Knapp. Boyd has done a good job so far today of when he has gotten in trouble of working out of it. Only giving up 3 hits, has worked around an error. And he gets back and fills the count up here at 3-2. And even though this is an early spot in the game, could be a big pitch in the game as well. Full count, 2 outs with 2 runners in scoring position here for Derek Knapp. Boyd gets his sign and comes set. He will deliver a 3-2 pitch to Knapp. Looks like a fastball. Misses inside. That will load the bases after a really good fought bat by Boyd and an even better at-bat by Derek Knapp.
Coming to the plate, left fielder, number 16, Lance Baldensberger.
Lance Baldensberger now is going to come up out of Niagara Community College for the DuBois Bucks. And the catcher, Nate Stutz, is going to go out there and talk to his pitcher, calm him down a little bit, tell him the game plan here maybe for Baldensberger, but most importantly, coming back here throwing strikes. But now, even though that last pitch was huge, this at-bat gets even bigger now with the bases loaded. Now there is a force at any base for the Bluesox, as there's another pitcher now warming up in the Bluesox bullpen. As Boyd comes back with another fastball inside, misses 1-0. As Baldensberger lifts one up over the first baseman's head, it looks like it's going to just drift foul. which could have been very dangerous there for the Blue Sox. That big gap down the right field line here at Showers Field shades straight out towards the Sandy Lick Creek and goes about 340 down the line. And with the speed on the bases here, could have been a bases clearing double. But is just a harmless strike. We go to 1-1, and Boyd will come back again. As he misses down with the fastball in the dirt, 2-1. That ball is beat it down the line there, and it will also travel foul as we will reset here. 2-2 count to Boldensberger. As Jacob Boyd throws a fantastic curveball in the outer half that will get him out of another jam there in the fourth inning. That may be his last inning of work. If so, that is a great outing by Jacob Boyd. 3 hits and has really worked around a couple walks and a couple big spots there. After 4 innings, the Butler Blue Sox will stay on top 1-0 as Aaron Park trots back out to the mound for his second inning of work. Back here for the top of the fifth, Brandon Weatherholt leading off for the Blue Sox, and he takes the first pitch he sees from Aaron Park straight away to center field as Thane Morgan will track that ball down for 1 away for a quick out number 1.
Center fielder, number 21, Josh Johnson.
I'm heading to the ticket booth now. Over.
The center fielder, Josh Johnson, will be the second hitter of the inning here for the Blue Sox. Who swings at a 58-foot curveball that bounces in front of the plate there from Aaron Park. We have a couple people warming up down in the Blue Sox side of the bullpen. Furlong back in the bullpen, looking like he might come out for the 5th inning for the Blue Sox, as Aaron Park throws an 85-mile-an-hour heater up over the head of Johnson there to even account at 1-1. That fastball down low, 2-1. Park, still very young, just graduating high school, going to NJIT in the fall for his college ball. Has a lot of potential here to throw very hard. As right now, sitting in the mid-80s. Can pump it up into the high 80s. It's a good curveball there. We'll miss down and hit the plate, and Dan Stofford will knock that one down. We'll have a full count here to Josh Johnson. And Park misses again high there to walk Johnson. And that will bring to the plate the third baseman, Matt Shatroma, from Penn State Barron.
Third baseman, number 23, Matt Shatroma.
Park with a quick pickoff move there. Firing over to first to Isaac Stouffer as Johnson is back. Promptly working out of the stretch here is Park. Looking for a ground ball to get himself out of this inning. As the runner is often moving, pitches down low. Dan Stouffer with a nice throw, but will just be a little too late as Josh Johnson has a stolen bag there. Which now takes the double play out of order here for Park.
Two friends. Yeah. Yeah. Just trying to.
Park working back here. Whaler working the middle a little bit. The 1-0 is another fastball up a little bit that the umpire will give him a call for a strike. We will have a 1-1 count. Park comes set with the 1-1. Breaking ball down, misses 2-1 as the scoreboard reads 3-0. Thane Morgan, a center fielder. This is his home field, plays a lot of baseball on this field, has him played a little bit to the left, knows how to play that wall out there. And he has a lot of speed that can track balls into the right center gap as well. As a good fastball there at 2-1, we'll get the count back to even at 2-2. For Aaron Park and the DuBois Bucks.
Hey, should we get the light heated up?
Park taking a while to get a sign here is going to reset as Shatroma will back out of the block there and ask for time. We'll reset. 2-2 count to Shatroma here. He'll foul out and off down the left field line. So we'll go again for a 2-2 count. Good off-speed pitch there from Park, and an even better swing there from Shatroma to keep alive. And talking to the Bucks head coach Dan Bowman here before the game, I think they're trying to get 3 innings out of 3 pitchers. So Park being the second here, they're going to try to get this one and one more out of him as well, based on pitch count as well. He gets a strikeout there on an 83-mile-an-hour hitter on the outside half.
Now batting first baseman, number 25, Tyler Heddich.
Tyler Heddich now from Allegheny College will step back into the box the first baseman, he struck out in the third inning. As Dan Stauffer thought about throwing behind the runner there at second. Park working back here, Whaler working the middle. As they throw a pickoff into center field, as Thane Morgan's going to come in and field that ball and throw it into third. As Derek Knapp is going to stop that one and give it back to Park. That is a pickoff move, ran very commonly, probably called by the shortstop there, but not needed to be thrown by Park. Not having to throw a pickoff move to second base ever. He could have just ate that ball and held that runner there at second base. Either way, we still have 1-0 count here. Runner on third, 2 outs for the Bluesox. As Hedich rips a single back up the middle, right over Park's back, as that will be an RBI single for him, and the Bluesox will push their lead to 2-0.
RBI single by Hedges brings up left fielder number 11, Nick Reynosa.
So now will be a meeting on the mound for the Bucks as head coach Dan Bowman brings the infield in and goes out and talks to his young pitcher, probably just to settle him down a little bit. But that will bring up number 11 and Nick Reynosa for the Butler Bluesox. Park will work out the stretch here again to Reynosa, and we'll get a prompt ground ball to Rago that will flip to Whaler in the middle for a 4-6 putout to end the inning. 2-0 Butler Bluesox as we go to the bottom half of the fifth.
Go to DuBoisBucks.com and see it for yourself.
Thanks again to our sponsor, Bucks Pizza. Bucks Pizza, it's super easy to order online at buckspizza.com/DuBois. Get $10 off $40 on your next online order using code 10off40. Thank you, Bucks Pizza, for your generous support towards the DuBois Bucks baseball team.
Sorry, guys. Let me do that.
And get another reminder, our official team merchandise is online at DuBois Bucks online store. Official team hats and shirts are on sale for up to 25% off, which ends tonight. It's easy to make your order now on your phone at DuBoisBucks.com. The sale ends tonight, and orders will be ready starting next week. As we will have a pitching change here for the Butler Bluesox. Number 3, Sean Furlong from IUP will come into the ballgame, relieving a really good start by their starting pitcher, Jacob Boyd. So far here in warm-ups, Furlong is a tall, lanky right-hander sitting in the mid-80s.
Now pitching for the Bluesox, number 3, Sean Furlong.
Starting inning here for the DuBois Bucks is number 34, Hunter Loomis from Warren High School, is going to be playing his ball at Niagara Community College. Coming up here in the fall, hopefully. Everybody's hoping for that in the fall right now. He will be the first one to greet Furlong. As Furlong starts him off with a good fastball in the inner half and the second baseman is going to make an error, and that is going to help Loomis reach base on an E4. And that's going to flip the order back over for the DuBois Bucks, bring up number 18, the center fielder, Thane Morgan. Morgan has reached base twice so far in this game. We're now seeing Furlong for the first time in this game out of the stretch. And there was that little fake bunt there by Thane Morgan. Just getting it in the third baseman's head here a little bit. As Furlong moves and has a quick move over to first base. As Morgan does move up and bunt a ball that he would have ideally liked to get down the line a little bit more for a hit, but that will go down as a sacrifice nonetheless. And Thane Morgan will do his job there and move Loomis up to second base. And that will bring up Jeff Whaler, the shortstop from Youngstown State, with a runner in the scoring position here. Whaler looking to get off the schneid a little bit here. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, one swinging, one looking. But it just takes one hit in this game to turn your whole day around. And looking for him to get his team on the board here for the first time in the bottom of the fifth. Furlong comes set and throws a slider that will hit Whaler right in the tailbone, which is not the worst thing that could happen there for Furlong. Sets up a double play now. First and second with one out. The thing that does not help him at all is he is going to now welcome Isaac Stouffer. That will be going to Penn State Barron here in the fall. Helping him tremendously is his power to all fields is Isaac Stouffer. You can routinely see him peppering balls off the right center wall as well as the left field wall here at Showers Field. Furlong still working inside with the fastball there as it misses 1-0. Furlong misses low there, 2-0. Stouffer now on a 2-0 count. Really good hitter's count. I doubt he has a take here. Going to look to drive a ball to one of the gaps here for the DuBois. DuBois Bucks looking to get them on the board. He hits one up the middle there that the shortstop makes a really nice play and is going to turn two. That's a great play by the shortstop. Making a sliding play up the middle and reaching around with the glove, touching the bag, getting up and throwing out Isaac Stouffer at first base. Ryan Lynn has made a couple nice plays there out there shortstop for his pitchers. His pitchers might want to take him out for dinner after this game. Some of the nice plays that they have made up the middle. That will send us to the top of the sixth with the Bucks still trailing 2-0. And Aaron Park going to come out for his third inning of work. It looks like we're going to have a couple changes out here for the Bucks as Tim Beimel's going to come in at second base for the Bucks. And I will try to get any other changes if I see them. Looks like we have a new third baseman as well. I cannot tell exactly right now who it might be. If I had to guess, it would probably be Keegan Saltis. See if I can see a number here. And that's number 4, Keegan Saltis from Phillipsburg Osceola High School, going to play his ball at Millersville University in the fall. We have another change in right field as well, as that is Darren Byers of Punxsutawney Area High School, and he was going to go and be playing his baseball collegially at Clarion University. Brandon Sakari has also now entered the game in center field, number 3. He is a St. Mary's native and is playing his baseball right now at Penn State DuBois. I think we have the same left fielder in Baldensberger. But Park will start off the 6th inning here, his 3rd inning of work.
I think this guy's a sub.
Leading off for the Butler Bluesox here in the top half of the 6th is going to be a pinch hitter, number 30, Jacob Keene. Keene is an infielder playing his ball at Tiffin as well. Park starts him with an off-speed pitch that catches the top of the zone for strike 1. Park doubles down on that curveball, finding the middle of the plate there, 0-2. Park way up in the count here. We'll see what he goes with. 1 in the pitch. Goes with a fastball. That is a good miss on the outside half there, called for a ball. And he goes with, might be a changeup there, something off speed that got Keene there to swing through it. And that will go down in the book as a strikeout as number 2 hitter Ryan Lynn will come up to the plate for the Blue Sox. As he will take a fastball for a ball. Curveball in the dirt there almost initiates a swing as they are going to check down to the first base umpire to no avail, 2-0. Good fastball there by Park. Gets him to swing through it, 2-1. Fastball inside there. Misses for a 3-1 count. The Blue Sox dugout wanting their teammate to wear it to get a free base runner there. But he did not have to wear it. Is now, that was 2-1. Now making it 3-1. Or 3-2. I might have missed a pitch there. That's my bad. No, okay, that's what I thought. I did think that was ball 4. I guess I'm not going crazy. So he didn't have to wear it. He got a free base anyway and ran the pitcher's pitch count up. So we're going to have 1 out. And that's going to bring up the extra hitter, Corey Shoup.
Extra hitter, number 19, Corey Shoup.
See if Park can initiate a ground ball here to get him out of the inning. As a good pitch there in the outside half gets Shoup to swing through it. Lynn at first base did have a healthy lead that last pitch. We have not seen Park move recently as we do there. Keeping him close, letting him know that he has a thought on it. Last time we saw Park move the very next pitch, the runner did take off. We'll see if they have the same thing in mind here as well. As Park smartly quick pitches, but leaves it down the middle, and Shoup will deposit that one into center field as Brandon Sakiri will work through that and get it back into the infield. We will have first and second with 1 out here. Bringing up number 22, Jake McNabb from Pitt Bradford. McNabb does have a hit today. Choked up in the bat here with one out. First pitch is a an off-speed pitch that is left up at the top of the zone for 1-0. Park here, young, but still knows that he is one pitch away from getting out of this inning. As he does elicit a ground ball right there to third base to Soltis. Soltis throws over to Beimel, who Beimel then throws over to Stouffer for a nice 5-4-3 double play to get him out of that inning. And just on cue, he gets that ground ball. He's one pitch away the entire time and will get his team 3 solid innings, getting up 2 runs, but not throwing, terrible 3 innings there. It was a good outing by Aaron Park, the young kid that is going to learn a lot and come back and have even better outings in the future. Not sure exactly that is his last inning, but if it is, good outing by Aaron Park there. We're going to go into the bottom of the 6th with Furlong coming back out to the mound for Butler with his team up 2-0.
Three, two, one, go.
Message here from Treasure Lake. Treasure Lake has 2 award-winning 18-hole courses set amid the pristine beauty of the community. Both courses offer a restaurant, lounge, fully stocked pro shop, as well as the best practice facility in the area. There's everything you need to stay on top of your game. New to the shop this year is TaylorMade Products. Open to the public. For more information, visit online at www.visittreasurelake.com or call at 814-912-1480.
Designated hitter, number 24, Dan Mannion.
The Bucks come up here in the bottom of the 6th off Furlong, and Danny Manning is going to greet him with a off-speed pitch that is a very generous strike call at the top of the zone. Mannion visibly not very happy with that call. Furlong will double up with an off-speed pitch. That one misses down. It's even the count at 1-1. And that one misses down and in, almost hitting Danny Manning in the foot. Like we said earlier, Mannion playing at St. Bonaventure as a native of Bradford, Pennsylvania, and played his summer ball last year in NYCBL with the Genesee Rapids. As Furlong comes back with a good fastball there in the inner half, it's even a count at 2-2. See if Manning can shorten up here and deposit something into the outfield for a base hit. Furlong with the Marcus Stroman type double clutch at the top of his windup there. But nonetheless, that ball runs in, and Danny Manning will just stand there and let that one hit him right in the elbow guard and get a free base runner out of it. And that will bring up number 21, Dan Stauffer, the catcher. Stauffer deposits one right up the middle for a base knock. The Bucks will have first and second with nobody out here. Manning on second with Dan Stauffer on first. Interested to see if head coach Dan Bowman runs it all for Danny Mannion. I'm not sure about the rules for re-entering in this league.
Now batting for the Bucks, number 12, Tim Beimel.
As number 12, Tim Beimel, the new second baseman, will get his first at bat in this game for the Bucks. As he will look at an off-speed pitch up in the zone, but called for a strike again.
Whoops, I knew that was going to happen.
Off-speed pitch is laid off down there in the dirt. Catcher makes a nice block to keep the runners at first and second. Furlong throws a fastball up there at the letters, and Tim Beimel swings right through that one. Good hack there. Nonetheless, 1-2. See if he can do a job here and move these runners up. As Furlong misses up there with the fastball to even the count at 2-2. As Beimel there swings at a look-to-be slider in the outside half, and he definitely did not get cheated with those swings. I will tell you that. That will go down as a strikeout, and Darren Byers will now enter the game. Lefty here facing the righty on the mound Furlong. For also his first move, pitcher runs a little inside move there, just to see if he can catch Danny Mannion leading. Furlong will come set. First pitch to Byers is a ball on the outside.
Yeah, I'll stay for long enough. I had to get my stand hour on the Apple Watch.
Shortstop creeps the whole way in. Mannion comes back to second. Furlong comes back with a good fastball on the outside half. 1-2.
And then I was drinking my night for
Brandon, you good? Are you enjoying yourself? Happens.
Good swing there by Byers, but he's just under it for a 1-2 count now. Furlong looking to look out of another tiny jam here for the Bluesox. As Byers will deposit that one in the right field. Right fielder doesn't get a read on it very well. I'm pretty sure he trapped that ball. It does come out of his glove. That's going to score the first run in DuBois Bucks history. The RBI going to go to Darren Byers, and Danny Mannion going to score the first run. As the lead is now cut to 2-1, and just like that, the Bucks have a little bit of life. Dugout jumps out to congratulate Danny Mannion. Dan Stauffer going to be on third. Byers is going to be on first, and now head coach Dan Bowman has a lot of freedom to do a lot of stuff here on the bases. And Keegan Soltis, the newly graduated senior from Phillipsburg Area High School, going to Millersville, steps into the plate for his first at bat. As Furlong runs one up there to 83, but is on the inside and misses. And it seems like in this game has been the story for hits, and the run's been in this game has been from when the pitchers have fallen behind in the count early. And as where he falls behind the count early again, hits a ground ball to third base. The third baseman wasn't sure exactly what to do with that ball after he fielded it. Didn't know whether to throw it to second or first. Dan Stauffer might have also had something to do with that as he was jumping around at third base, catching him out of the corner of his eye. But he's going to throw a couple hopper over to first base and going to record the out. So we now have second and third, 2 outs. Number 38, Brandon Walker from La Roche College is going to enter to hit here. With 2 runners in scoring position. And a slider there misses outside. Good fastball there, called for a ball. Again, behind 2-0 early. See if Walker can make this one hurt with the speed out there. Thinking a single would probably mean 2 runs. Good hack there to fastball up in the zone, making it a 2-1 count. Furlong comes set with a 2-1. And will miss. Not exactly sure where. Looked like a good pitch from here. But nonetheless, will be 3-1 to Brandon Walker. Walker lines one up the middle. Almost hits the pitcher. Furlong gets a glove on it. We're going to have a play at the plate here potentially as they cut it off. And they're going to get the out at second base. But nonetheless, that run is going to score. And your DuBois Bucks are going to go ahead 3-2 at the end of 6 innings here. Good play there in the middle to cut that ball off. Probably not going to get him at the plate and does get him at second base. So that was a smart play. A lot of game left here for the last 3 innings. But at the end of 6, we have a 3-2 ball game for the Butler Bluesox. 2 runs on 4 hits with 2 errors. The DuBois Bucks 3 runs on 5 hits with 2 errors. And it looks like that is going to do it for Aaron Park. Good outing by him. And just like head coach Dan Bowman was possibly referring to earlier in the day, trying to get 3 innings out of 3 pitchers. And number 14, Bryce Timko out of Kerwinsville area and previously out of Lackawanna Community College is going to Fairleigh Dickinson here in the fall. Is a really good lefty arm and will come on for the Bucks. He will sit in the mid-80s up and can touch up in the higher 80s. And we'll see what he can do for the Bucks here as he is going to now work with a lead.
I'm sorry.
I got it. I'll take care of it.
You were just asking if we had more.
Back here now for the top of the 7th, the Blue Sox are going to have their catcher, number 29, Nate Stutz, leading off the inning for them. And he's going to be the first to meet Bryce Timko out of the pen for the Bucks. The lefty will miss a fastball up and away.
He was Joey Tribbiani. Did you hear him say that? You do it? No. I told him to give it a free day pass.
2-0 here for Stutz in the box. Timko looking to get settled down here and find the zone.
When he did it with such flair, too.
He hasn't been practicing.
Timko bounces one into Stauffer, catching Stauffer just outside the gear there. And our home plate umpire is going to give him a little bit of time to walk that one off as Stoffer puts the mask on and says that he is good. And maybe that gives a little bit of time to Timko as well on a mound to settle down and just find his zone here. Stutz with 3-0 count.
I wish there was like a timer. I was like,
As maybe that little break is all Timko needed here. Now back 3-2, working at full. Fastball there from Bryce Timko will be on the outside half as Stutz will work his at bat and stay alive. Timko comes set and will let a fastball eat there down the middle, and he will get Stutz to swing through that. Timko looks like he might have been just a little bit, pumped up to come into the game here. Started very, very hard early on, 85, 86 in warm-ups, and then first couple pitches, 84. The last two pitches there for strikes were both at 82. As Brandon Weatherholt, the lefty, will now come in to face the lefty. And a off-speed pitch misses inside. That pops out of Stoffer's mitt. 1-0. Another fastball there from Timko, finds his zone and gets Weatherholt to swing through it. 1-1. That ball hit out to Whaler at shortstop, who makes a nice backhand play, but then short hops it into Stoffer, who Stoffer cannot make the pick, and that ball will go up out of play. And the runner, Weatherholt, will get a free base there on an E6. Number 21, Josh Johnson, will now head here for the Bluesox with a runner in scoring position. And Timko is faced with the task of getting out of this little jam here after getting his ground ball with one out. That fastball finds a zone to even count at 1-1 here. Lead not huge by Weatherholt out there at second base. Tim Bommel is stalking around the bag there, keeping him close. Timko comes set with a 1 and 2 here. Bima working the middle, the runner getting a little bit bigger of a lead. And gets Josh Johnson looking again on the outside half. A really good pitch there. A little two-seam that worked its way out in the outer half of the plate for a looking strikeout here, which will now bring up number 23, Matt Chitroma, and he will be now tasked to get that runner in from second base to tie the game here in the top half of the 7th inning. Timko deals inside half of the plate with a fastball there. Strike 1. Good pitch there from Timko that makes it 0-2 as the runner Weatherholtz will take off and run for third. And Dan Stauffer makes a nice throw down there with 2 outs. I don't know how good that does them, but now tasked with an 0-2 count. Timko deals 0-2 with a breaking ball up in the zone. That Chitroma will swing through and gets out of another tiny little jam. And we will go to the bottom half of the 7th with the DuBois Bucks up 3-2. The Butler Bluesox just not getting enough timely hitting here in the later innings as they were earlier on, and that has caused them so far. But we do have another pitcher out here for the Butler Bluesox, and that is number 27 of Colby Anderson. He'll be taking over the pitching duties for the Bluesox. Anderson is from Slippery Rock University, another PSAC guy, lefty arm, lengthy guy, and he will be charged now with getting the Bucks out here in the 7th inning.
Leading off for the Bucks from the bottom of the 7th inning. Right hitter, number 34, Hunter Loomis.
Leading off here for the Bucks in the bottom half of the 7th is number 34, Hunter Loomis. He's going to be the first one to greet Colby Anderson, the lefty, who throws a 79-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside half for a looking strike 1. Ball there up in the zone for a 1-1 count. Anderson is very tall. It seems pretty lengthy, and that 79-mile-an-hour probably gets on you a lot quicker than that, making it probably look 83, 84 as he dumps a breaking ball in there right down the middle for a strike 1-2 count. He looks at one down and in there to make it 2-2. Lewis out in front of a breaking ball there, fights his way off and puts it back into the back of the net here at Showers Field to stay alive here. And we will do our 2-2 count here again. as Loomis stays back on another breaking pitch there, and he will deposit that one off in the right field, and for another hit and another leadoff base runner for the DuBois Bucks. That will bring up number 3 for the DuBois Bucks, Brandon Sakiri, newly entered a couple innings ago into center field. This will be his first at bat. Sakiri, St. Mary's native, plays his collegiate baseball at Penn State DuBois. And we'll have a little drag bunt that almost gets down by the pitcher, Anderson, but will do a job. And also, Anderson cannot scoop that ball off to the first baseman. And Sakiri busting it down the line, as he always does, will get on with an E1. And that will bring up the Bucs starting shortstop, number 67, Jeff Whaler.
Number 67, Jeff Whaler.
Whaler 0 for 2 in this one with a hit by pitch. We'll have first and second here with nobody out. And was just in front of that breaking ball as he hits it down the third base line. Anderson comes set here with the 0-1. And Whaler will take a fastball there in the outside half. One and one here to Whaler. As Anderson comes set and will deal a off-speed pitch down low into the dirt and a nice block by the catcher. 2-1. Jeff Whaler, like we said, Youngstown State product. Also played for the Butler Bluesox back when they were in the Prospect League a couple years ago. So this is one of his former teams. As Whaler skies one into the infield, and that will be an infield fly roll as he just got under that one. But that will be the first out of the inning here for the DuBois Bucks. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 10, Isaac Stouffer.
First baseman, number 10, Isaac Stouffer.
Anderson now pumping up a little bit more here. That was a 81-mile-an-hour fastball in the inside half for a called strike. That, a curveball dumped in for another called strike here. 0-2 to Isaac Stouffer. Anderson bounces one there. Catcher does make a nice play to block the ball, but both base runners will move up there for the Bucks. Loomis was on his horse right away. Sakiri followed behind him now. That just creates an even better hitting situation for Isaac Stouffer. 1-2 count, runners on second and third, one out. All he needs to do now is get one into the outfield somewhere to score a run, and the Butler Bluesox will also bring their infield in here to cut off the run at the plate. And Anderson strikes out Stouffer there in a big pitch, and he pumped one up there to 82 miles an hour. But that will bring up Danny Mannion, who has had a pretty good game so far today at the plate for the Bucks.
Designated hitter, number 24, Dan Mannion.
Mannion takes the first pitch high and outside. just like the entire theme of this game so far has been both teams working out of jams. Colby Anderson looks to work himself out of the jam that he created here with 2 outs and runners at second and third. Nasty curveball there from Anderson comes in, and Danny Mannion is asking the catcher if that was a strike, and yes, it was. 1-2 count here to Danny Mannion. 2 outs, runners at second and third.
Why is it so dark in here? You guys not like lights?
Those lights were really bright.
Yeah, they lights were lights too.
No, like they were like too bright. They need to have like a dimmer.
Fastball misses out there from Anderson. 2-2 count here.
This is like too dark.
Anderson with the base open is not necessarily going to come right after Danny Mannion, knowing what he's done at the plate so far today.
These like the LED. No, they need, you know, up in there, they have like the lights above the window. They need like those. Yeah, they're so good.
Curveball down and low here. Mannion thought about swinging at that one and was able to hold off of it for a good eye, making the count 3-2, working it good at bat here. If he can get on next to great Anderson would be Dan Stauffer, who had a single up the middle last at bat. 3-2 count is a curveball that will hit Danny Mannion, who cannot get out of the way. And that's unfortunate because the dead ball means that the runner from third cannot come in and score. We're now going to have bases loaded and 2 outs here with Dan Stauffer coming to the plate. And head coach Dan Helgert is going to come out and talk to his pitcher with another pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Blue Sox.
That's maybe the shittiest one I've ever seen. Shittiest or what? Is it like dollar store book or what? I'll tell them. That's
Now for the Bucks is going to be utility player and catching today, number 21, Dan Stauffer. Single up the middle last time. He is going to greet Anderson with the bases loaded here and 2 outs. In a very tight ballgame right now, 3-2. Looking to get a couple insurance runs for his pitcher, Bryce Timko.
I don't even follow them on Twitter.
When you can.
Good curveball finds his zone there by Anderson, making a 1-2 count to Dan Stauffer. Defense playing straight up all around. 1-2 pitches bounced. And the catcher Stutz is getting a workout back there this inning, but doing a good job of it. And he's keeping at least a run off the board for his team so far this inning. They will go through his cadence of signs, 2-2. Anderson throws a looping curveball that will be fought off at the plate by Dan Stauffer. And we will do the 2-2 down again. 2-2 count as a fastball up that Stauffer at least thought about there, but held off, and now all the runners will be moving here again. And we have a 3-2 count here with 2 outs. And we'll see if Dan Stauffer can work his way on base here somehow. But he will not, as a fastball two-seam that was noticeably running a ton outside, and was a good pitch to get him swinging through it, and will, again, like we said, the theme of this game, working out of a decent jam to keep the lead at 3-2. And Bryce Timko will come out for the top of the 8th inning for the DuBois Bucks, trying to keep the Butler Bluesox at bay. The DuBois Airport is the easiest and most convenient way to travel. Southern Airways offers 6 flights a day to Pittsburgh and or Baltimore for as low as $39 one way. Log on to DuBoisAirport.com for booking info now. Also, for live updates and news, be sure to follow us on Twitter at DuBois Bucks and on Facebook.com/DuBois Bucks Baseball. Playing up on top of the 8th inning for the Butler Bluesox is going to be a pinch hitter, number 18, Dan Williams. Williams playing his college ball at Seton Hill University. Good fastball there from Timko. Up in his zone, gets Williams to swing through it. 0-2. Looks like a changeup slipped out of Timko's hands that are up and in. Made Williams dance a little bit out of the box there. 1-2. Timko pumps another fastball by a Bluesox hitter, as that 82-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside half gets Williams to swing through it. And we have 1 out here in the top of the 8th.
Number 7, Andrew Butler.
And that will bring up number 7, Andrew Balklick from Deer Lakes High School. As Timko greets him with looked like to be a slider or curveball up in the zone there for strike 1. That off-speed pitch misses low. right fielder Byers is shaded over to the right a little bit, leaving a big gap in between right center field. But that 315 short porch in right center protects him a little bit there, as that fastball misses 2-1. Timko comes back with a fastball in the inside half. Called a strike. Even a count 2-2. Another fastball and another strikeout here for Bryce Timko. He has really found his rhythm after those first 3 balls that he wasn't really anywhere close with, but has ever since been very, very on top of his game and been throwing the ball really well here in the last inning and 2/3. Whereas Jacob Keene is going to come up again here for the Blue Sox, which is now the top of their order, and a off-speed pitch there is at the top of the zone again for a swinging strike 1. Fastball there in the inside part for Timko. Called strike 2, and Timko, you can just see now the way that he is walking around the mound and throwing the ball, is throwing it with a lot of confidence right now. And if I'm Butler, I'm giving him signs at third base. I'm stepping out of the box. I'm trying to do anything to throw off his timing, which they're not doing right now. But a curveball down low, good 0-2 pitch, misses, changes his eye level. Seeing the way Timko's throwing the ball here tonight, I would say he goes with the fastball up in the zone to try to get Keene to swing here. He gets a sign and comes set with a 1-2, and he does throw the fastball up and away, and that will be a very good inning there. And he is visibly frustrating the Butler Blue Sox hitters, as we are going to go to the bottom of the 8th now, with the Bucks still holding a slim 3-2 lead, and it looks like the Butler Blue Sox are going to come in with another arm. I'm going to look to get a number here for that.
We could do a slip and on our brain slip inside, but I don't know.
The new pitcher coming in here for the Blue Sox is number 26, Nash Bryan. Nash Bryan doing his pitching at Seton Hill as well. Big righty here, as showing a fastball in the upper 80s here in warm-ups. 2 of them at 87 miles an hour. And it looks like he's going to sit in the upper 80s. Here in what could possibly be the Bucks' last at bat if the Blue Sox are not able to score at the top of the 9th.
Leading off to the Bucks in the bottom of the 8th innings. Number 12, Tim Bunt.
There's two.
Leading off for the Bucks in the bottom half of the 8th here is number 12, Tim Beimel, who takes a pitch for ball 1. Brian is back with a 87-mile-an-hour fastball for strike one, even in count of one. Working quick out of the windup here as that one runs in, and I thought got the knob of the bat there, but Beimel was saying that it hit his hit his elbow guard. The umpire thinking on the train I was thinking on that it got the bat knob. Just a completely different sound. That was for sure wood in my mind, but definitely a good try there by Tim Beimel to get that call. But either way, that will be a strike in the book, and it'll be 1-2. As Nash Bryan comes across the body there and misses outside and away, or outside and low, for a ball 2-2 count here to Tim Beimel. Beimel looks at a pretty good pitch there in the outside half. Caught a ball 3-2. Nash Bryan throws a painted ball in the outside corner there for the first out of the inning as Tim Beimel will go down looking.
Now batting for the Bucs, number 5, Darren Byers.
That will bring up number 5, Darren Byers, the right fielder, who his base hitting his last at bat was the first RBI in DuBois Bucs history. He watches the fastball on the outside. Nash Bryan winding up with a 2-1 pitch to Byers, and Byers swings through that one for 2-2.
Yes, they're not 3-1 dues. No, it's about 3-1 dues. I was just looking at videos.
Those are always on TikTok.
Byers stays alive there with a foul ball back into the screen here. 2-2.
I know.
Well, I learned now, but it was like the first 10 ones I watched. I jumped every time.
Nash Bryan gets another strikeout here in the 8th inning. Byers thought that one was a little bit inside, but the home plate umpire thought otherwise and rings him up there. 2 outs, and we'll bring up number 4, Keegan Soltis, the third baseman for the Bucs. Soltis can get used to seeing Nash Bryan right now as Bryan from Seton Hill, Soltis going to Millersville, might be seeing each other here in the near future.
Jackson's doing a great job, I thought.
Soltis gets that one up the middle. The shortstop comes across his buddy, makes a nice play. And yet again, Brian Lynn helping his pitchers out. As the Bucs go down in order there on no hits, 2 strikeouts. So after 8 innings, it is the DuBois Bucs 3 and the Butler Bluesox 2.
At the DuBois Airport. Thank you for your generous support.
Or kick her out. I don't have time for her. And she knows I don't have time for her. Oh, you haven't done very well today. You haven't done very well today. You did one thing really good today.
I was sitting in the chair.
Leading off for the Bluesox to the top of the ninth inning. Shortstop, number 8, Ryan Lynn.
Back here for the top of the ninth inning. Now the last chance for the Bluesox here in the first game of the DuBois Bucks opening season in the Tri-State Collegiate League. Bryce Timko on the mound again here for the ninth inning. Number 8, Ryan Lynn, the shortstop, is going to lead off. The first pitch of the ninth inning is going to be a fastball down low for a ball. That fastball is deposited out up over the stadium here on the first base side. A good fastball there by Timko is battled off there at the plate by Lynn, and we will have a 1-2 count. Two-two count here to Lynn, as we're going to reset here, and Timko comes set. We'll deal a fastball in the outer half that is yet again battled off by Lynn. We'll stay at 2-2. That ball is hit hard down to third, and Soltis makes a nice routine play there to throw over to Stouffer to record out number 1 here in the ninth inning, as the Bluesox are down to their final 2 out. And that's going to bring up number 19, the extra hitter, Corey Shoup from Mercyhurst Northeast. Shoup does have a hit in this game, 1 of 4 for the Bluesox. Good change up there by Timko that gets Shoup to swing through it. 0-1 count here. 1-2 to Shoop is brought on delivered and cannot be held on to by Dan Stauffer behind the plate. And will give life to Corey Shoop. One and two count. Timko takes a second to gather himself here and will toe the rubber here. He'll look in, and he gets the side legs right away. And it's a changeup, and that will get Shoop to swing through it. And that's another strikeout for Bryce Timko. I have not kept track of how many that is in 2 2/3, but I would say it's at least 7. I'm told that's 7 strikeouts in 2 2/3. And that brings up Jake McNabb from Pitt Bradford, the catcher, the designated hitter for the Butler Bluesox, being their last hope. Another off-speed pitch there. I couldn't tell if that was a changeup or curveball on the outside half. Either way, looking for strike one. If things hold up right now, the pitcher of record will be Aaron Park. The righty from Brookville, despite giving up the 2 runs, would be the pitcher of record right now to get the win. Simcoe comes set here with the 2-1 count. It's going to be a fastball that McNabb fights off and deposits into the parking lot out beyond the equipment shed in the first base line. 2-2 count here. And the Blue Sox down to their last strike. DuBois and Bucks looking to get their first ever victory. And Timko comes set with the 2-2. And it's a fastball up in the zone. That'll be taken by McNabb for a ball. Moving to count to 3-2 here. If McNabb were to get on, it'd be Stutz on deck, the catcher for the Blue Sox. Looking to extend the game here. 3-2 count. 2 outs. And Timko comes set. Steps off. It's the one he likes this time. And it's going to throw another fastball. Good fastball there in the outer half. But is fought off by McNabb. And we'll do it again, 3-2. Pitch is swung on and aired into right field, and Dakota Byers is going to camp under that one, and he's going to record the final out. So not only does he have the first ever RBI for the DuBois Bucks, he records the final out of their first ever win in the Tri-State Collegiate League. The win is going to go to Aaron Park. The save is going to go to Bryce Timko, throwing an outstanding game in the final 3 innings of this game. The loss is going to be tagged on Sean Furlong, and the DuBois Bucks moved to 1-0. Good game here all around. Like we said, a lot of pitchers came in and were able to work out of a lot of jams, but the Bucks were able to, just hold on. The pitching staff did what they had to do the entire way, and the bats came alive just enough here in the 6th inning to get the job done and to move them to 1-0. They're going to now play the Butler Iron Bucks tomorrow at home, but they're not going to play at Showersfield. They're going to play at Sternfield across town in a doubleheader. So we will see you then, and thank you for listening.